Made Famous TV.
Is like culture. So it's like you
Gotcha.
break in the clubs and you break in the strip clubs with the DJs that we have out there. And a lot of the artists that you see that live in LA, they moved from Atlanta. Like it's like Black, OG Maco, Rich the Kid. They all live in LA, but they all started in Atlanta.
Okay. So tell us about this, because you've worked with quite a few people. Like, just kind of run down, if you can think off the top of your head, like who all have you worked with in the industry?
So personally work with would be Rich the Kid. I had worked with Maco. I worked with Jid. I worked Sayari, of course, DeMar Jackson. I manage him. I manage Pacquiao. But like I helped K Camp early on. You know, I won't say like I made him, you know, but like if he needed something promo wise or something I learned, K Camp, Scotty ATL, Boom Man when he was an artist. But just like I had DaBaby, I didn't work with him, but like just people that have been on my showcases, like, and it's crazy to see where they're at now, but like from Earth Gang to DaBaby, Jid. But probably my biggest would be Rich, you know, and that's how I started. We ended up not working together for different reasons, but we still have a great relationship. You know, you can't work with everybody. So it's amazing seeing like where he's at now and how, because we were learning together. We were young. This was like when he met the Migos, we would all be with each other, like Q, the Migos, Rich. And then you saw QC happen and it was just like crazy. It just evolved.
Gotcha. So what, I've heard people say that some artists have the wrong information or the wrong idea about what it is a manager is supposed to do. So set the record straight. What is your job description?
For me, it's everything, because I'm a different type of manager. But if you have like one that sticks to the books, like we're supposed to handle your schedule, your booking, getting you opportunities. Like when you need a manager when you can't handle the things that are coming in. You don't need one to like, oh, I need you to help me get to this. No, you need a manager when you have so much happening that you need help, right? Or luckily, some of them get managers because of belief. Like I work with artists because of belief, but you also want to find those gems that are already kind of taking off and they just need someone in their corner to kind of like give them the right looks that they need. But yeah, I mean, a lot of artists think that, oh, I want to be a rapper, I need a manager. Like, no, you don't. You need to go put in that work. And then that's why I said like managers should find you. You should get someone's attention, just like labels. Like a lot of people don't go to the labels like, hey, check me out. It's like this label is going to approach you like, hey, I've been watching what you're doing. I really like it. Oh, let's have a conversation. You know, it's the same thing for a manager.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a lot of work. We have to do so much. They're like kids. Like I'm younger than all my artists. And it's like, they all need, I'm like, are you like you're either like my dad or my boyfriend or my child. Like, I don't know which one. So it's just crazy because they're very needy, but that's why they have you in their corner, because you're basically helping them get their career going and continuing.
As I can tell, you love it. Because
I know. For me to say, I'm like, you don't make a lot of money being a manager. Oh, and I'll never forget, I met with, let me make sure my phone doesn't go off again. I met with Waka's mom one time because she wanted to do something with Sayari, like very early on in his career. So she was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm his manager. Oh my God.
No worries.
Serious? Right when I said it, I'm so sorry. So I was like, I'm a manager. Again, they're like blowing up my phone.
Almost done, y'all. Y'all will be able to get
sorry. I was like, I'm his manager. She's like, oh, so you're at the bottom of the totem pole? And I was like, wow. And I was so taken aback. I told Sai, I was like, no one's ever said that to me before. So I was really like offended. But when I learned the industry and started really managing, I'm like, she was so right. She was so right. And it's crazy because it's like, yeah, we're a big piece of the career, but at the end of the day, it's not about us. You know, like we don't get what we deserve. Like we don't get, unless you got an artist that like the Migos or that are making like crazy money. Absolutely. You don't see that, you know, like we're lucky to get a $5,000 to $10,000 booking, but that's still rare. Look at COVID now. So it's like, you don't get for all the work. You don't get enough. That's what I'll say.
Gotcha.
So you got to really love it. You're right. You got to really believe in it and want to help these artists. Like it can't be about yourself, you know, you got to find a way, like I did, like build a brand about it, go make events, piggyback off your artist, you know, like not be an artist. Like I would never, sometimes go do a rap song. Hell no, I would never do that, you know, but that's what some managers do. Like some decide to go that route, but because they see the lives that the artists get, you know, it's very rare that your artist is going to go crazy, you know?
Right. So what's the end goal? What's next? Or
I want to be an exec. Like that's my goal, right? So, and I told like my company, like I was down to start at a very low position and just work my way up. Luckily, I got head of marketing, which is amazing. And I'm so thankful for it. But even at my year review last year, he was like, what do you want? And I'm like, I want to go higher. Like I want to be like, and my direct boss is the president. And he's like, well, you can't really go too much higher because it's like, it's me next. But I want to like, I guess that sync would be as head of marketing. I mean, you can't really go higher than that, but like maybe my next position, you know, I just want to like, I want to be an exec. I want to be a boss. That's what I want, you know, but I'm willing to work for it. That's my goal.
I mean, you've been putting in the work, so yeah.
I know. I'm like 10 years in. When is this gonna hit?
Right. Never ending. Ending. So you got an event coming up here in Atlanta.
I had one last Thursday, but I'm coming back end of September, and I have one September 24th, and then I'll throw one end of October, and then I stop until January. And I usually don't throw things in November and December just because the industry kind of dies down. I might come throw one in November. I don't know yet because Atlanta's wide open and they're coming out. Yeah. But for sure September and October. So those will be my next 2 dates.
You don't have the exact dates or details coming soon?
Yes, September 24th and October 29th, both at our bar.
Gotcha.
Edgewood.
All right. Well, before we go, what else do you want people to know about Schweinbeck?
What do I want you guys to know?
What is something people don't know? Oh, go ahead. Oh, no.
I mean, the accountant thing, a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll say this. So I never planned to be in the music industry. You know, I went to school for finance. So it kind of just, I'll say it kind of fell in my lap. But what's crazy is that all my friends from like high school, they're like, it makes so much sense because like I went to every concert and I would always meet like, if it wasn't the band, it would be the artist. Like I remember meeting 3 6 Mafia when I was like 16, you know, and just like being such a diehard fan. And then I also used to make the mixtapes at my school. So I would download LimeWire and I would type in like 2006 rap. And I would literally download, I wouldn't even know these artists. I download all of them and I'd put them on a mixtape and I would decorate them with different color Sharpies and I would just give them away. So like so many people in my school would be listening to the music I created, but I guess that was just a sign that eventually you could have a career in the music. But I never thought about it, you know? But then you go back and you hear your friends like, it makes so much sense. Like all of this makes sense. I'm like, damn, you're right. It does make sense. But back then, you know, I didn't even think about it.
And now you're stuck. We got you and we're not letting you go.
I'm here and I'm not going anywhere.
All right. So drop your social media. Where can they find you at? Where can they hit you up at? Give out your personal phone number to everybody.
Oh yeah, no.
Bother you all day.
Find it anyways. I've had the same number for like ever, so it's like when it surprised me. But everything's at Schweinbeck. I'm sure it was like SCHWEINBECK, but like at Schweinbeck at Gmail, Schweinbeck.com. I talk to everybody. Email me. I do not DM me. I hate DMs, but I will check them. But my email is right in my bio. I don't know. You see me. I'm always like email in bio. And I don't mean to be rude. I'm just always on my email. And it's so much more professional and I can type everything. But yeah, shoot me an email. I'll check out your music. Maybe it depends. And, you know, send you my services. But yeah, I mean, I'm here to talk. I'm here to help.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thanks for always posting me. I'm like, oh, I got posted again.
Oh, no doubt. I appreciate that.
Of